So, the playoff this season has been absolutely spectacular. And today, I want to talk about some of the best players in this year's playoffs. So, let's get right into it. The first player I want to talk about is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson for the Knicks this season has been absolutely spectacular, and he's keeping it up during the playoffs. And this playoff, Jalen Brunson is averaging 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he was legit the key reason why the Cavs couldn't beat the Knicks in the playoffs. JB was just spectacular. In game 1 of the Cavs vs. Knicks series, JB would go for 23 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And although his shooting splits wasn't amazing, he still made a big impact for the Knicks. And now we move on to what I believe is JB's best game of the playoffs so far. In game 2 of the playoffs, JB will have 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, a block, and a steal. And his shooting splits will be 50, 55, and 100. And for the next 3 games, JB will put the Cavs to rest, ending the series in 5, and then they advance to the second round. Now, let's talk about our next player, which is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Buckets. I mean, this guy has been absolutely incredible during the playoffs. This playoffs, Jimmy Butler is averaging 37 points, which is leading the league, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, while averaging that block a night. So now, strap in, because I'm going to talk about Jimmy Butler's whole series against the Bucks, because it has been incredible. Of course, starting off with Game 1. In Game 1, Jimmy Butler has 35 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, and 3 steals. And in this game, him and the Heat would win, the score being 130 to 117. And now, we move on to Game 2. In Game 2, with only 28 minutes of play, Jimmy Butler will have 25 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. But sadly, him and the Heat will lose this game, with the score being 122 to 138. And now, we move on to Game 3. Again, in only 28 minutes to play, Jimmy Butler will have 30 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And him and the Heat would pick up the win, now going up 2-1 in the series. And now, we move on to Jimmy Butler's historic Game 4. At Game 4, Jimmy Butler had 56 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists with 1 block. So far, that is the best game in this playoffs. Jimmy Butler went crazy. And honestly, I expected it to happen. But now, let's move on to the closeout game, Game 5. In Game 5, Jimmy Butler will have 42 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists with 2 steals and 1 block. And him and his team will win in a clutch OT with the score being 128 to 126. And now him and the Heat will advance to the second round. In my opinion, Jimmy Butler has been a top 5 player in the world this playoffs. This guy is doing amazing things, and I hope to see him continue this. But with that being said, let's move on to the next player, with the next player being De'Aaron Fox. This is De'Aaron Fox's first ever playoff run, and right now, he's the best point guard in playoff basketball. This guy is literally taking the 2022 NBA champions to Game 7. And of course, he led his team to their first playoff appearance in 17 years. In this playoff, De'Aaron Fox is averaging 29 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals, which is leading the league. And his best game in the series was in Game 3. In Game 3, De'Aaron Fox would have 38 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal, while shooting 45, 36, and 75. And now, let's move on to the next player, with the next player being Steph Curry. Steph, of course, has been an amazing playoff performer. And this season, it hasn't changed one bit. In this playoffs, Steph Curry is averaging 33 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. He has been straight carrying the Warriors this playoffs. And in Game 7, the game he needed to win the most, he did what he needed to do. In Game 7 against the Kings, Steph Curry's most important game so far this season, Steph will go for 50 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Steph Curry is the first player ever in a Game 7 to drop 50 or more points. He had to have a historic game just to help his team win Game 7. That is amazing. And now he's in round 2 against the Lakers, in which I think Steph Curry is going to have a great round against the Lakers. Well, I'm not 100% sure on if the Warriors are going to win that series, but this is not what this video is about. Let's move on to the next player. My next player being Devin Booker. Devin Booker has been amazing this playoffs. In the first round of the playoffs, Devin Booker will average 35 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, while averaging a block a night. And his shooters will be 59, 45, and 86. Devin Booker's best performance was in Game 5, where he will have 47 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 steals, with shooting splits at 70, 57, and 83. Those are 2K numbers. And then a couple of games before that, in game two, Devin Booker will have 45 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks, with shooting splits of 62, 42, and 85. He has been a bucket this whole playoffs. But that's all I got for this video. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, no matter what, like and sub. Or don't. That's a choice. But that's all I got for this video. I am out.